right, kicking off another brand new hour of the Steve Gruber Show. From the heart of American Studio G, thank you for being here. I'm telling you the truth and fighting every single day from this foxhole of freedom. Here are three big things you need to know to start this hour. Number one, J.D. Vance's wife, Usha, and others on their way to Greenland this week. She'll stay several days amid the push by Donald Trump for the strategic island to join the United States in some fashion. Number two, the ongoing Tesla attacks are now resulting in numerous arrests. Some suspects facing decades in prison for their misguided violence, and Tesla owners now have another line of defense. I'll tell you about that. And number three, if you were here for the top of the show, then you heard me dissect that courtroom attacks on everything Donald Trump does, or his administration, or the members of his cabinet, or anybody around Donald Trump. They're being attacked everywhere. You also heard me discuss, and I mean attacked legally, lawfully, under lawfare. You also heard me discuss the nationwide tour by Bernie Sanders and AOC to promote socialism and denigrate the MAGA movement and such lovely people they are. Well, one of the things that Bernie and AOC have advocated for over several decades is free health care, as you know. Meanwhile, Elon Musk and the Doge Department trying to cut fraud, waste, and abuse. But free health care. Let's focus on that. Free health care. It's been advocated for. Can you imagine the abuse that would happen there? That's the point that I was making. But for many, it sounds pretty good. Oh, I don't have to pay for my hospital visits. I don't need insurance. I don't need anything. My health care will be paid for. Sounds pretty good to some. But how about we look under the hood? How about a woman with possible brain tumors tells the world how wonderful the Canadian healthcare system is. Just how wonderful it truly is. Listen.
Today on how is Canadian healthcare, I need an MRI to see if I have a brain tumor. And go ahead, guess when it is. Go ahead, guess. It's in 2026. 2026. My MRI to see if I have a brain tumor is in 2026. It's March 2025 right now. And if you thought this was bad, it's actually worse than you thought, because the appointment where we decided that I need this MRI was in December of last year. So it's not like it's 10 months from now, it's 13 months. It's a 13-month wait to see if I have a brain tumor. At first, I just thought this was a mistake because having an MRI every year is like a monitoring timeline. Like I already have an MRI every year for my spine tumor, which is why we think maybe I have a brain tumor too. So I was like, hey, they just made a mistake and scheduled this on a monitoring timeline. But no, I called and the clinic was like, yeah, the doctor actually requested that you have it earlier, but this is the next spot we have. We're seeing about 13 months for these brain and spine MRIs. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Canada, where healthcare is free, but only if you can afford to wait.
Only if you can afford to wait, say 13 months to get an MRI for a brain tumor. Oh, it sounds wonderful, doesn't it? And as for Bernie, do not ask anything he doesn't want to answer. He's the guy advocating this sort of thing. But don't ask him questions he doesn't want to hear. Even if you are with one of those far-left networks like, say, ABC News, right? How about this? Bernie Sanders, national tour promoting socialism. And anything that attacks Donald Trump. He went off the rails on ABC this week when Jonathan Carroll asked about AOC running for U.S. Senate. Which is a question for a lot of people these days. Bernie didn't like it a bit. Listen to this.
Do you see her as a future of the progressive?
We have one of the untold stories of what's going on in current American politics, is that in the House of Representatives, you have dozens and dozens of strong, smart, disciplined, hardworking young people in the Progressive Caucus. And you know, way back when I first came to the Congress and the House, I helped form the Progressive Caucus. We had 5 people in it at that time. Now they got close to 100. So you got a whole lot of good people. Alexandra is extraordinary. I am so impressed by her work in Congress, and she inspires young people all over the country.
Would you like to see her join in the Senate?
Right now we have, as I said, just a whole lot of people in the Congress. Okay, Jonathan, thanks.
Wait, I got one more. This is important.
Well, I asked you.
Okay.
You know, you want to do nonsense, do nonsense.
No.
I don't want to talk about inside the Beltway stuff. I got 32,000 people.
I was just asking you about AOC because she was out there with you.
Yeah, fine, but I don't want to talk about this.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about this, and he got up and he walked out. AOC being mentioned to primary Chuck Schumer. It's been going on for a while. Chuck Schumer, by the way, says he will not step down. Is the minority leader in the Senate. And boy, do they have trouble this time around. New Hampshire, Michigan, and Minnesota have all seen their incumbent Democrat senators say, yeah, I'm not running again, I'm out. Dean Phillips, a former Democrat congressman from Minnesota, is in shell shock, it seems, over the disintegration of his party, the way it's falling apart. Listen to what he said over the weekend.
I really don't recognize my party. I don't recognize its principles. I surely don't see any leadership. I don't want to give full credit to President Trump for breaking the Democratic Party, but it surely is in disarray and, most importantly, completely rudderless. And what I saw my governor and friend, Tim Walz, say today was appalling. And I don't want to demean any individual directly, but I'm just shocked that someone who should know better read the room so poorly. I liked him for a long time.
Yeah.
But this is nonsense. And by the way, and just as you said earlier, what you said about cheering the tanking of Tesla stock, you know, not only does that hurt a lot of Minnesotans who have their money in pension funds, it hurts Tesla employees. This is one of the world's foremost innovative companies based in the United States of America. No elected official should ever demean an American company like that. It's nonsensical. And then to call him a South African Nepo baby. He's an American citizen for 20 years. He's built some of the most extraordinary companies in the world. And call him what you will. You can disagree with his initiative, Doja. But my goodness, you know, for my party to be, should be condemning it, should not be celebrating it. I'm really appalled right now and shocked. Shocked.
Yeah. You're not the only one, Dino. A lot of folks appalled and shocked. Yeah, completely. Did you know that scammers can literally steal your home out from under you? The FBI has called it house stealing for a number of decades now. It's a growing real estate scam targeting American homeowners. And here's how it works. Criminals forge your signature on a document, use a fake notary stamp, pay a small fee, file it with your local recorder's office, and just like that, your home title has been transferred out of your name. Then they take out loans using your equity as collateral or even sell the property behind your back, and you won't even know what's happening until you start getting collection or foreclosure notices. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you checked your home's title? If you're like me, the answer is never. That's exactly what those scammers are counting on. That's why I trust Home Title Lock and their $1 million triple lock protection helps keep your home and equity safe. Here's what you get. Immediate 24/7 monitoring of your property, urgent alerts if there are any changes, and if fraud should happen, their U.S.-based restoration team spending up to $1 million to fix the fraud, restore your title at no additional cost. Here's the best part. I've teamed up with Home Title Lock to give you a free title history report so you can find out if you're a victim or not. It's a $250 value just for signing up. Go to HomeTitleLock.com. Go to HomeTitleLock.com. Use the promo code Gruber250. Click on the link in the description. That's HomeTitleLock.com, promo code Gruber250 to get the protection and peace of mind you deserve. I'll be right back on The Steve Gruber Show.